another edition of KY Sports Jelly. It's great to have. Don't put it on your toast. Big Barney Ross here. All Kentucky, all sports, all the time. Thursday, single game tickets go on sale. You can go up there and get your tickets. You can get them online. If you go up there to get them, stop by Tri-City Prints and More. Get you some t-shirts. Phone number 859-490-0059. Great t-shirts. It's hard to find shirts in my size. Normally they just have a little bit of UK here. They don't put a lot of effort in because it's cost effective. You know what I mean? If you get a 4X and you put a big logo print or something on there, you know what I mean? So normally you don't have a lot of choices. Not here. I got some beautiful shirts from up there I'll be wearing to all the games this year. And just an outstanding selection. Quality is great. So if you're going to get your single game tickets and you're in the neighborhood, stop by Tri-Cities, Prints, and More. Now, Monday, July 20th, SEC Media Days, Will Steins is bringing our quarterback, Minchie, safety Ty Bryant, and tight end Willie Rodriguez. All right. Media Days runs from the 20th to the 23rd. Tampa at the Marriott starts at 9 a.m. Now, normally Kentucky's dead last. Stoops wanted it that way. I think we're on the first slate of this thing or whatever. Now, KY Sports Jelly is going to be going to several of these games. And I may even do some lives next year. I don't know. We'll see where we're at. We're going to do LSU. Now, I just did the South Carolina prediction of their schedule. All the teams on Kentucky's schedule, I'm going to give a prediction of the teams we're playing. Now, a lot of people start to copy that because it's making sense. There's only so much you can do out there, and you got to be creative. It's good to lead the way, I guess, in being creative. So a lot of people are starting to do that. I think it makes sense to everybody that we're playing. Let's do a preview and prediction of them. See how they're going to fare, how we're going to fare. Now, we have LSU at home on October 10th. And I'm sure they remember Will Levis literally running over them. We beat Ed Orgeron 42-21. But it led to Orgeron's firing. And Kentucky was 6-0 at that point. A lot of people don't remember that. We were 6-0 after we just Will Levis drugged them up down the field on October 9th, 2021. Give you some sort of idea, Levis was 14-17, 145 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. On the ground, had 11 rushes for 75 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. So he was personally responsible for 5 touchdowns against LSU. Ed Orgeron, I didn't know they could run the ball. I don't know. Yeah. Vegas. And the vast majority of the experts have got LSU at either 10-2 or 9-3 record. Their over and unders at 8.5 wins. Well, here's the question: can Lane Brain flop enough to get all this talent together to compete for a national title right away? They've paid for a national title. They've paid for it. They got the players, the people, the coaches, the staff, and everybody down there. Can they put it together and be a title contender? I don't know. 9-3, 10-2 probably put LSU in the 12-team expanded playoffs with their schedule. Now, CBS give them some love. They've got LSU at 10-2, 7-2 in the SEC. Let's take a look at their schedule here. They start out with Clemson on September 5th at 6:30. Clemson's in the crapper. Give you some sort of retrospect. Georgia played Clemson on the opening deal, or they've had some pretty tough opening games. Georgia wouldn't know. LSU's 11.5-point favorite, people. I just can't see Clemson calling on Baton Rouge. That's a win for LSU on September 5th. Dabo Swinney, it starts off, fire Dabo, he ain't using the portal. Fans are going to be chanting it. It's run its course, man. We did it with Calipari. We did it with Stu. Look here, I agree with Joe B. Hawk. 10 years is your ceiling, no matter what's going on. Time to go. It's time to go. And we kept people longer than we should have. But I think that's the case here. The next week, on September 12th, you got Louisiana Tech coming to town, and LSU, 6:30. They're going to win by ever how much Lane Brain wants to put on them. And here's the game that's scheduled. On September 19th, LSU travels to Ole Miss, 6:30. All the experts have picked LSU to lose. I did not. I'm not in that camp. I think they're going to go in there and just beat the brains out of Ole Miss. Then, so I got you starting out 3-0. I'm none of the analysts. I'm none of the experts. They all picked LSU to lose to Ole Miss. And Tennessee. I have no idea why they picked those two out, but all the experts agree they're going to lose it. I didn't go that route. So I'm giving you a win at LSU when you travel down to Ole Miss. LSU on the 19th, win. Following week, you got Texas A&M, September 26th coming to town. I'm giving you a win there because I think I think at this point, Texas A&M on first, they're going to struggle there. It's going to be a night game. And for whatever reason, Texas A&M probably going to get blowed out. It's going to be one of them head-scratching games where Texas A&M will just lose to somebody like, it is LSU, but the amount of points you just lost to them is just unbelievable. Then you got McNeese State coming in to LSU on October 3rd. Well, that's a win. So you're 5-0. 5-0. Now, Lane Brain's always had problems out of Mark Stoops. Well, Mark Stoops is gone. LSU comes into Kroger Field, and I think that they remember what we did to them last time. They will not be overlooking our big blue butts. I don't think Will Steins is ready for the Lane Brain flop. They ain't used to that out there in Oregon. He's going to be like, what are you doing? He's going to frustrate him. He's going to be mad. Why is he flop? Why is everybody flopping? I should have wore flip-flops. It's going to get him out of rhythm. I can't see Kentucky beating LSU on October 10th, so I'm giving you a win there. Mid-State Recycling. Mississippi State is coming. They're as every bit as bad. There's no reason they can't be just a little bit worse than us. On October 17th, so I'm giving you a win there. And then LSU's on the road to Auburn. I don't know what's happened to Auburn. They're not they're not good. October 24th at 11 a.m., I'm giving you a win there. I've got you undefeated to, your first half of the season, all the way up to your bye week. I'm not buying you lose to Ole Miss just because Trinidad and two other dudes is just mad. Yeah. And their coach is wanting revenge. All right. Here's the problem you got. Out of the bye, you got Alabama coming to town. I'm giving you a loss November 7th. Then you turn around, you got Texas coming to town. You're going to get beat up from Alabama. Texas is going to give you an education. So November 14th, I got you a loss. I got you back-to-back losses by Alabama and Texas. November 21st, you're on the road to Tennessee, and I gave you a win. It's a hard place to play in Tennessee. Kirby Bard always said tough environment. Golf balls, French's mustard. There's no telling what them hillbillies up there in Tennessee's fixed to do to y'all. They don't like Lane, and they embarrass themselves to the point where I don't know. They may act right. It was so embarrassing last time. But I'm giving you a win. All the experts, and I mean all of them, and by committee has picked you to lose to Ole Miss and Tennessee. Beat Alabama and Texas. Big Bonnie Ross ain't going down that road. I got you winning against Tennessee, and I got you winning against Ole Miss. I mean, I don't understand that, how they would all pick you to lose to Ole Miss and Tennessee, but yet beat Alabama and Texas. I'm going to take the two hardest teams on your schedule that are back-to-back. I'm giving you back-to-back losses. Even if you split that, and split, yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I think the odds are going to just, you're more apt to lose to Alabama and Texas than you are Ole Miss and Tennessee. That's just my opinion. Then the following week on November 28th, you're on the road to Arkansas, probably the worst team in SEC. Katrina. Arkansas's got the world's largest junkyard, scrapyard in it. I mean, there is an Air Force base out there. They train pilots, a test pilot, test something. Arkansas. We all know who the home of that is. I'm giving you a win. Arkansas ain't got. I don't even know if they'll even try during that game. I got you at 10-2. 10-2. And somehow or another you get into CFPs and blow it, and then you're crying about some sort of rule and you want this, that, or the other changed, and you weren't done fair. You had got a matchup between a tougher team than you think. Whatever it is, Lane is going to cry. He's going to flop. It's embarrassing. But I think LSU is paid for a championship team. I think you're going to make the CFPs, and that's about as far as you're going to go. I don't think you're at championship level. Not yet. If you put all your talent together and you make a run, yeah, I mean, you got it. Just by the numbers and the quantum data, the players, you've got to contend. You've got a championship team. You do. You've paid for it. With all the 4 and 5 stars you've got on that team and all the talent and everything else, if you can get them to come together fairly quick and play together, you can make a run for the national title this year. I'm more in the camp of you making the CFPs and then having some sort of idiotic event or whatever and just cry till next year. I think that scenario is more likely than you winning it all. Now let's look at Kentucky basketball. Sports Illustrated. Now they had a big article today. There are 2 concerns for the next season's basketball team at the University of Kentucky. Number 1, defense. Number 2, offense. You're kidding me. Well, then they proceeded to babble the worst case scenarios for our defense and offense. Well, no kidding. Every team, every sport, everything you do, even in life, your biggest concern is defense. No, I mean, who's writing these columns up there? My God. I don't know what's happened in the media. Now, 90% of it's nonsense. But it entertains me, so I read it. All right? But when you're starting to put out articles, let me guess. Our football team has some major concerns on offense, defense, and special teams. No kidding! What else is there? And what you said, grave danger? Is there any other kind? I could have the court reporter read back to you. This is getting beyond brain dead here. All right. Now, getting past this garbage, Lawsuits are starting to flow. I knew they would. I put a video of that last year. Everybody's going to be suing everybody. Lawsuits may allow Kentucky to fill their final roster spot a whole lot sooner than they were planning on it. Now, the 5-for-5 model, eliminating red shirts, injury waivers, yada, yada, yada. Cade Tyson, for example, is a guy Kentucky wants. They wanted him years ago. He wanted him to come play. Well, he spent 2 seasons at Belmont in Tennessee. He averaged 16 points, 46% from the three-point line. Kentucky recruited him pretty hard, chose North Carolina over Kentucky. Well, he sucked up there in their system, just bottom line. He averaged 8 minutes a game and 3 points a game. He had enough of that, and I'm going to head out to Minnesota, baby. He went back up to 19.6 points a game, 5 point something on the rebounds, and 41% from three-point line. He went back to his old self. Be a great fit at Kentucky. First, he needs to win his lawsuit, so I think it'd be a good addition. I'm all for it. If you're going to let all these other people play and go by that standard, you got to let these individuals here, you got to give them their due. So, yeah, I mean, let's just let them play, get it out the system, and then go by that rule. I'm tired of these 7, 8 year, 20 year, whatever, 8-year enlistment. Let's just get rid of all that crap, and in order to do that, the easiest way is just to go ahead and finish it off this year. You win. Start next year. This is the deal. Because all the old guard is done. You know what I mean? So just go ahead and just cross board, let them do it. Speaking of bad, Cincinnati Reds. We're sitting at 15.5 games back at the All-Star break. Yay. Friday, July 17th, we start the series with the Rockies. The 17th through the 19th. Then the Mariners. Oh, boy. And finally, a must-win series with the Cardinals, 25th through the 27th. I can't see no more than 3 wins here. My God, we're bad. Out of those 3, it's probably 1 win in a series. Now, speaking of bad, Cam Morris. He gets in front of my phone. I don't sugarcoat anything. Well, it's a good thing, because the O-line probably licked that off if you did. It's just bad. Now, they had a big article down there in Tennessee. The 5 winners and 5 losers from training camp. Well, I'm going to tell you what they are, and you pretty much just go right opposite of that. The 5 winners, they start out with Cam Ward as quarterback. Well, he's a winner because Salah, the new head coach, is going to start him at quarterback instead of Turd Brisket, the guy he really wants to start as quarterback. Nevertheless, he's going to give Ward his shot. The number 2 is Salah, the head coach. You're getting paid a whole bunch of money to coach the worst team in the NFL. It doesn't really matter if you win or lose. Schlotterman, the center, another winner. Apparently, he's doing pretty good. And depth at cornerback and wide receiver. Those 2 things are winners. So there's your 5 winners from training camp. Now, the 5 losers, they got Levis and Hooker as one identity here. One bracket, one column, whatever. Mainly because, Turd Brisket's going to be the backup. The moment the head coach got hired, Salah from the Jets, Trubisky was going to be the backup quarterback. It wouldn't matter if Fran Tarkenton was down there. He's going to be behind Turd Brisket. So, Levis and Hooker, you 2 dudes are out. Sorry. No matter how great you are. And both of them are playing better than Ward. In minicamp. It's not Big Barney Ross's theory, my word, this, that, or the other. It's just too many people are saying it. Too many reports are coming out. This, that, or the other. And they're all agreeing that Turd Brisket is the guy they really want behind center. And they're going to let Ward go out there and prove that he hadn't learned the offense and have some intercept. Just look bad for 2-3 games and then expect. It's almost like they're setting Ward up for failure. If you really truly wanted to protect your number 1 overall draft pick, your $86 million, you'd say, He needs to recover from the injuries. Turd Brisket has come in here. He looked great. We're going to start him so Ward can heal. We're going to cut Hooker, and we're going to trade Will Levis. Instead of doing that, you're going to go out there and ruin Ward and getting what you wanted in the end anyway with Trubisky as your starting quarterback. I'd say by game 5, if he ain't starting, I'll be surprised. The O-line, it's bad. That's your third loser or second loser. Femi Olajuwon, he ain't healthy. Another loser. Cody Barton, linebacker, just absolutely terrible. And the backup running backs are just pretty much won't be playing in the NFL, more than likely. There's your 5 losers and 5 winners. August 30th, the 53-man roster must be done. Word is Levis won't be on it. Experts, a whole lot of chatter, word on the street, this, that, or the other. They think Levis is going to be a trade candidate and they're going to cut Hooker. Your quarterback is going to be Ward, backup, Turd Brisket, Mitchell Trubisky or whatever. Running back's going to be Ballard, Beard, Singleton, and Chestnut. Carter Mullins probably getting cut. Wide receivers, Tate, Wandale, Ridley, Yamanar, Oliver, Dyke, and Restrepo. Montgomery, Beatty, Osland, McCutcheon, Jackson, and Kinsey probably getting cut. Tight end's going to be Gunnar, Ham, Binger, Grayson, and Kike. And Robson Wilson probably cut. O-line doesn't matter. They're terrible. D-line about the same thing. You only got a couple guys on defense as far as anything. The O-line, it wouldn't matter if you... I ain't even going to go through the players that are cut and keeping it because it's not going to matter. All right, it's just that bad. So, just a little recap. Tri-Cities Print some more. Get your shirts. Get your tickets Thursday. Cincinnati Reds are done. You're not going to come back from 15 and a half games back. Will Levis, I hope you get traded to the Dolphins or somebody that'll appreciate you. Cam Ward, at least you don't sugarcoat it. So, our basketball, if we can pull another guy and fill that final spot right now, that would just be the icing on the cake. Had a lot of baseball players in Kentucky we had, number 10. That was great. Had several of them, but for the most part, he's keeping the bulk of his offense, his star power, whatever, his good players. Now, we did have a bullpen. Our bullpen was terrible. We had a pitcher leave that we thought was staying, but it's really not going to hurt us one way or another, I don't think. So inconsistent. I can see great things for our baseball team. Football team, it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to score. We better score in the 30s every game. I don't think we're going to win a lot of games, but I think it's going to be better than watching what we've had over the last 5 years. I think we're going to have the optimism and hope. I'm pretty sure 2027, 2028, if he can keep going, we got a top 25 recruiting class coming in. That's very rare in Kentucky, as in never. I think Will Stein's going to be able to do it. Now, if he can go out there and make this look fun, score a bunch of points, maybe upset a couple teams, well, if we do make a ball game, he can just launch off that. I think we're going to be fine. I think our basketball team, I have no idea. If he coaches like he did last year, it's going to be the same old. Don't matter who you get. He's going to have to stop doing whatever it was they were doing. Allowing teams just to run on us in the first half and then just playing catch up. Not covering in the first and then overachieving in the second. He can't do that. I don't think he can get away with that again this year. I think this is it for him. This is do or die time. Baseball coach is pretty solid. I don't think he's on any kind of hot seat. and obviously our football coach just started, so it would take some sort of unbelievable. Now, will he stay though? If another team tries to poach him away from there's going to be a problem. If he actually does good, you're going to pay him a whole lot of money, or else other teams will come in there with a bag. LSU, I think you're going to have a pretty good year. I think game 1, when you go out there and just absolutely skull drag Clemson up and down the field, normally I'd never say that. I'd say Clemson would win that, but I cannot go that route. Is inconsistent at the quarterback position, running back, their line, their defense. They have nowhere. Compare the recruiting rankings, portal rankings between LSU and Clemson. Compare their talent level. The AI is even laughing at this comparison. I mean, they're 11.5-point favorite. LSU is right now on the great day of our Lord, as we said here. You know what I mean? It's months out from that. It's probably going to get. It's probably going to grow. I would figure it'd shrink down to under, at least single digit, under a touchdown. It may go the other way. Who's more prepared opening day? Dabo or Lane Brain? And then you've got all that talent to back up. I think LSU's got all that talent to back up if they do make mistakes. Maybe Clemson will huddle at the 50-yard line and try to hide the football again and hand it off to this player, to that player, play the fumble-rooski, whatever, and then who knows? There's no talent. Dabo's going to try to pull out some sort of trickery, ballyhoo, whatever. I think the Tiger King is finally going to get Carol Baskin out of there. I think this is going to be a down year for him. I just can't see that fan base tolerating much more of this mediocrity. All right. Clemson honestly needs to have a year where they go to the CFPs if Dabo wants to have any. To me, that's my mindset. If you're a Clemson fan, y'all let me know in the comments. Is it going to take 10 wins this year in order for you to believe that Dabo is still your dude? Y'all think about it. This is KY Sports Jelly. Don't put it on your toast. I'm out of here.